Why, hello there. I'm sure right now at this moment you have a lot of problems, and a lot of them that you need to address and confront. However, you don't want to do it because it's confrontation and it sucks. But I'm sure there's some way that you want to take advantage to take care of these problems. For example, like learning how to play the majestical guitar, but you just don't know how to approach how to start playing such a beauty. Lucky for you, I can show you how. Alright guys, what is up? It is Shem in 20 pages. Welcome back to another episode of 12 Rules for Life. Excited to finally get this one going. It's been too long for me to actually make a video, but forget all that. Let's get right into it. So the first point being is something that relates to the last video about focus. So this main point is going to be strictly about focus. In these next 20 pages, Jordan mentions and he strictly emphasizes on focus. Whenever you're setting out a target in life, as opposed to a goal, because a target's kind of more realistic than a goal. Everyone wants goals, but a target is something you actually have to strive for. What Jordan mentions with this is strictly having a good focus towards that target, so you can reach that target. And if you're reaching at this target at a wrong level, you're going to miss your target, or you're going to overshoot your target. So he strictly emphasizes focus for that matter. Let's say, for example, if you want your life to get better, how do you approach this? You can start approaching this situation by rewiring your brain to think about good things, good positive things constantly happening in your life. If you keep thinking about good things in your life that you would like, the more opportunities present themselves to show you to have a better life. You just have to rewire your brain into thinking that way so you see these opportunities so then you can take advantage of them. I mean, honestly, it just relates to this book, Law of Attraction. The more you put your emphasis on a certain good vibe, you're going to get that vibe reciprocated by the universe. So if you keep following good things happening in your life, the more often good things are going to be coming in your life. Law of Attraction for you. If you haven't read this book already, do your due diligence and please read this book. I think it's a great foundational structure for your rise of entrepreneurialism, because it really puts your foundation in this base where if you keep thinking positively about your business, whatever you're doing, your venture, good things will be coming, and they'll be coming in no time without you even realizing it.
Enough shameful promoting of Law of Attraction by Michael J. Lodge, because it's a really good book, and he's a really good guy that knows a lot of stuff about Law of Attraction, and he's the teacher on Oprah Winfrey because he's really good at teaching this kind of topic. It's a really good concept for you to consume so you can build a foundational structure, but hey, whatever, shameful promoting.
Anyways, going on to the second point. Alrighty then. The second point is pretty much going to be the original question of this video. Is, do you have problems in your life that you need to solve? You probably do. How do you approach these problems?
You break them down.
Let us start with the majestical beast of an acoustic guitar. Absolutely magnificent. Magnificent piece of musical poetry right here in my hands. Now the thing is, how does one start to learn such a piece? There's so many strings, there's so many, what is this thing? There's a string hanging out, there's more bars in here. What is all this? This is how you learn how to break down the guitar. First, whenever you learn a guitar, you find out what this string is, then the next string, then the next string, then the next string, then the next string, and the last string. What are all these? To me, this is achievable. E-A-D-G-B-E. Achievable. Then, what do you do next? First, you have to figure out how to tune them. You gotta tune them out right. Now, I don't even know how to tune it by ear, so I use this little tool right here, which is an auto tuner. In a sense, tells you strum something, and it gives you the next note that you're closest to in order to get the sound of, for example, E. Now, the next thing when you're looking at a guitar, you gotta look at, what is all this? This is called a fretboard, and you look at all the frets, and you figure out how to play each one at a time. For example, the first fret on the 5th string, you got that note. Then go down, you got the 2nd note, 3rd note, well, I should say fret, but 4th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, and so on and so forth. So now you get how frets work. Now with the composition, composition of frets, you can create beautiful pieces such as chords. So, for example, let's do a D chord. a D major. So we got to put our fingers in the right place. I'm not going to explain this because this isn't a guitar making video, a tutorial, but here we go. We have a D major. So as you can see, whenever you're breaking down a particular task, you break it into certain sections so you first understand the foundation of what you're working with, and then you move forward to the more complicated, the more nitty-gritty problems, and then you start from going from there. Oh, we're not done just yet. There's still the magnificent beauty of strumming. You still have to strum in the right pattern. There's just simply up and down, then you got down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, then you got down, up, down, up, down, then you got like down, down, up, up, up. I'm totally doing that wrong, but you get the point. There's so much more variation. You have to break everything down before you start learning how to play it entirely. Because first, you have to keep grasping each concept one by one. Now, what if the problem lies within you? Jordan actually breaks into this point very well. There's 3 crucial questions that you should be asking yourself to solve that problem that's within you. The first one is, what is bothering me? It's always like this. The first step is recognition, being aware to the situation at hand, knowing what is bothering you. And the second question is going to be, is this something I can fix? If this is some kind of external factor that you literally have no bearing over, why stress about it if you literally can't do anything to fix this problem? But if it's something that lies within you, some kind of personality trait, characteristic trait that you personally don't like, that you see within yourself, that's something fixable. Now, the third question, and I think it's the most important question, is this something that I'm willing to fix? A lot of us say that we want to fix something, but we never have the dedication or the drive to actually fix it. And if it is something that you do want to fix, go back to the second point. Well, we're still in the second point, but the initial second point, which is break the problem down. Start doing it in that kind of order. So for example, with me, what I have a big issue in my personality is I go to sleep late and wake up way later than I usually should be. So how can I fix this? I can fix this by slowly decreasing the amount of hours before bedtime. So for example, I go to bed sometimes at 4 in the morning. Instead of going to bed at 4 in the morning, go at 3 in the morning. Next day, go at 2 in the morning. Next day, go to 1 in the morning. And slowly rewind until I find a good stable time for me to get my 8 hours nicely and comfortably so I can wake up without an alarm. Alright guys, that concludes day 6 with 12 rules for life. The next video, we're starting to get into the 5th rule of life to follow, according to Jordan Peterson. Other than that guys, please follow us on Instagram, and please do me a huge solid so we can spread the good word of 20 pages. Subscribe on YouTube. Thanks a lot guys, you take care and keep being awesome.